Hello, everyone. Uh, Today, we are going to cover a new concept today, which is a part of a Wednesday with Visit series that we have started recently. Today, we are going to cover relative speed, which is one of the topics which I've seen a lot of students struggle with. So we thought, why not cover this topic? If you have been watching our videos, I would request you to kindly like all these videos and subscribe to our channel too. So let's get started. Now, first of all, we need to understand what are the different kind of questions can come in relative speed. What are the different scenarios? So in relative speed, there are basically three kind of questions. The first question could be a question in which two objects are moving from opposite direction, and there are two different variations of it, which you're going to talk about. The second case could be when two objects are moving in the same direction. And finally, there could be a variation in which two objects are moving either in opposite or same direction, but they might be doing it at different time. The third case is a slightly tricky one, so I'll be focusing a lot on this case in this video, but obviously I'll be covering the first two also to a certain extent. The way we are going to solve any relative speed question is based on just one formula, okay? And that formula is gap is equal to relative speed times time taken, okay? So this is basically a variation of distance is equal to speed multiplied by time only. The only difference is that we are going to focus on something called the gap distance, which I'm going to explain a bit once we start looking at each and every case. And relative speed is also something that you need to understand when two objects are moving in opposite and same direction. How do we consider relative speed? Okay, so we'll understand all these cases with the help of examples. And the first example is this one. Like there are two people, Jane and Joe, and they are 500 kilometers away. And Joe is traveling in this direction at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour, and Jane is traveling in this direction at 40 kilometers per hour. Usually the question would ask you, when will they meet, at what time will they meet, or after how much time will they meet? So notice in this question, they're telling that if they're traveling at 10 a.m., then at what time will they meet? Now try to visualize it. What is happening here? Joe and Jane, they both start at 10 a.m. and they start moving towards each other. So after a certain point of time, they'll meet somewhere. They could meet either in the middle or somewhere. Obviously, since the speed is different, they won't meet in the middle, but they would meet somewhere, right? And I need to find out that time. Now understand this, that we don't know the time here, but they are both traveling for the same time, right? They both started at 10 a.m. So let's assume, let's say they meet at 2 p.m. Hypothetically, okay? Take a hypothetical scenario. So both of them from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., both of them must have traveled for 4 hours, right? Correct? Because they both started at the same time, they're meeting at the same time. Now we don't know this time, okay? This is just a hypothetical scenario that I was talking about. So first of all, I'm explaining it to you conceptually, and then we'll focus on the gap part. So since we don't know the time, let's assume the time to be t. Okay, let's assume that after t time, they meet. Okay, so in t time, Joe will cover how much distance? Distance covered by Joe is going to be the speed of Joe. Let's write it as s1 for the moment, and the time t. Okay, distance covered by Jane would be how much? Let's write it as speed s2, and again the time t. And together, they're covering the total distance, right? The total distance of 500 kilometers. So I can write the total distance of 500 kilometers must be the distance of Joe plus the distance of Jane. The total distance is 500, which is equal to S1 times T plus S2 times T. Now notice an interesting thing here. If I take T common, I'll get the speed as S1 plus S2 times T. Okay. Now this S1 plus S2 is basically known as the relative speed. Okay. So when two objects are moving in opposite direction, okay, this is what you need to remember. When they're moving in opposite direction, the relative speed is basically the sum of their speeds, which is S1 plus S2. And it is logical also, right? They're coming towards each other. So they would, if they're moving towards each other, they will meet quickly. Think of it in this way. So to meet quickly, the speed must be more. So we need to add it. So this is one way of remembering it, whether you need to add or subtract. Okay. This distance is known as the gap distance. Okay. Why the gap distance? Because this is the distance that they're covering. This is a 500 kilometer that both of them will cover. This is the gap that they need to cover. So this is known as the gap. and this is known as the time. So when you get a question like this, you don't have to actually write all these steps. You can simply write gap is equal to 500. The speed is the sum of the speed, which is 60 plus 40. And we need to find out the time, which is t. So this is going to be t 500 by 100. So they meet after 5 hours. So if they are starting at 10, they'll meet at 3 p.m. Okay, you just add 5 hours to it and you get your answer. But again, the timing is not important. The way we are solving it is important. What you need to remember is if you're moving in opposite direction, the speed is the sum of the speeds. So the total formula becomes, I'm writing it here on top, gap is equal to S1 plus S2 times T when they are moving in the opposite direction. Important thing to note here is that they started at the same time. Okay, that is why the time taken by both of them was taken as T. This is one important fact that we are going to use later on. Now, there could be another variation of this also, okay? The other variation could be that they might start, they might have a gap of 500, but they are moving in opposite directions. They're moving away from each other, okay, like this. So this question basically states that they were 500 kilometers apart. They started moving away from each other simultaneously in the opposite direction at the same speed, 60, 40. After how much time will the distance between them would be? 1100 kilometers. So notice again, the distance was previously 500. Now, after traveling in opposite direction, they became 1100. Understand this, that this is also a question where the two bodies are moving in opposite direction, right? The previous question also was in the same way. In the previous question, they were moving towards each other. They were covering this gap of 500. But in this case, they are moving in the opposite direction, but they are moving now like this. So think of it in this way. This guy basically covers here and they're moving in this direction. And this person is now moving in this direction. But the point is that they're still moving in opposite directions. Now here, we are still going to use the formula of gap. Gap is equal to S1 plus S2 times T. But the mistake that people make in this question is regarding the gap. Now, what should be the gap? Should the gap be 1100? Should I take it as 1100? Should I take my gap as 500 because that is the gap that was initially present? Or should I take the gap as the difference, 1100 minus 500? So there are three options. 1100, that's the first option. 500 is our second option. And 1100 minus 500 is a third option, which is 600. Always remember, gap is basically, think of it in this way, is the net distance that they are covering. Okay, net distance that they're covering after they start. Okay, so in the previous question, the net distance that they were covering was 500. After they started, they together covered 500. This was the gap they had to cover to meet. Okay, in this question, they are not covering this 500. Okay, so 500 would not be your answer. They're also not covering 1100. So 1100 would also be not your answer. They are basically covering this distance, this plus this. Okay, if you want to find out that distance, then you would have to write it as 1100 minus 500. So see, the question becomes a one-line question where you just need to solve like this and get the answer. Again, I'm not solving it. The answer obviously T is 6. So they take 6 hours. So that's easy to find, but I hope the methodology is clear. Okay, they're starting at the same time. The gap was 500, but now they're moving away from each other. So we need to focus on the difference of the distance because that is something that they're covering during that time. Okay, so that is a gap that they are creating. I hope it's perfectly clear. Now, these were the two cases where bodies are moving in opposite direction. You could also have a case where bodies are moving in the same direction, something like this. They would have a distance of 500 in between them, and they would start moving towards they're moving in the same direction. And the question would ask you after how much time would they meet. Okay. Now notice here that in this case, and this one I'm going to do directly, the formula would remain the same. Okay. The only difference in the formula is that when they move in the same direction, the relative speed becomes S1 minus S2, where obviously S1 is greater than S2. Okay, and gap is the net gap that I need to cover. Now notice Jane and Joe, they are both covering this distance. So this is not the net distance that they're covering. What does Joe need to do? Joe has a higher speed of 60 and Joe needs to meet Jane. So obviously, since the speed is high, Joe would be able to meet Jane someplace. But Joe has to cover this net distance of 500 kilometers, the initial gap. This is the initial gap that Joe has to cover to meet Jane. The rest of the distance is the same. So the net gap that Joe needs to cover is 500. So in this case, we'll just write it as 500, 60 minus 40, and find out the value of t, which is 500 by 20, which is 25 hours. So Joe will take 25 hours. After 25 hours, Joe will meet Jane. That's it. Again, focus on the fact that we are talking about the net distance that Joe needs to cover. Joe needs to cover the net distance of 500. Important point again here is that they both started moving simultaneously at the same time. It's important, okay? So I hope the three cases are clear. In the first case, they started moving in the same direction towards each other. In the second case, they were moving away from each other, so we had to cover the net distance. And the third case was that they were moving in the same direction and one had to meet the other, okay? Now, the last case is an interesting case in which you'll notice that Jane and Joe, they are standing 500 kilometers apart, okay? Joe is moving towards east, okay, at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour, but Joe started at 10 a.m. and Jane starts moving towards west, so in this direction, at 1 p.m. Now, notice the timing is different. The question is still asking us at what time will they meet? Now, in this case, if you use the gap formula and if you write 500 is equal to 60 plus 40, by the way, Jane's speed is missing here. Jane's speed is 40 kmph. Let's assume this, okay? Times t, if you do this, this is wrong. This is wrong because they are not moving in the same, they are not moving at the same time. Remember when we did the opposite question, when they're moving in opposite direction, we assume that they are starting at the same time, so they are taking the same time t to meet. This is not happening here. So what should we do? In such cases, remember that the first thing that you need to do is bring them at the same time. Okay, so you need to ask yourself, okay, what is the same time? Who starts later? Jane starts later at 1 p.m., right? So find out where is Joe at 1 p.m. We can find that out very easily. From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., Joe is traveling for 3 hours, right? If Joe is traveling for 3 hours, the distance that Joe would cover is speed into time. Speed is 60, time is 3, which is 180 kilometers. So that means Joe has already covered 180 kilometers and Joe is here at 1 p.m. Now they are both at the same time, 1 p.m., 1 p.m. The distance between them is 500 minus 180, which is 320. So all I need to figure out now is the time from 1 p.m. what they will take to meet. Okay, so now the question becomes this. Okay, the 180 is already covered. And now I'm focusing at my time, 1 p.m. Now the question is easy. The gap between them is 320. The relative speed is 60 plus 40. 40 again is missing, but it will be given in the question stem. And t is the time. Time from 1 p.m. Just keep that in mind. So 320 upon 100. So that would be 3.2 hours. Okay. So if I have to find out the actual time, we'll say 3 hours, 12 minutes. And note we are starting from 1 p.m. Okay. So 1 p.m. you add 3 hours to it, you'll get 4 p.m. And then from there 4:12 basically is what you can say they'll meet. Okay, so I hope this is clear. This is the last case, which is the most difficult case where people end up making a mistake. But as you can see, it's a one-line question. All you need to do first is make sure that you make the time same, bring them at the same time. Once you bring them at the same time, after that, it is easy to solve. You just use the gap formula and get the answer. So I hope all these 4 parts are clear. I will be sharing a few questions. 3 questions will be shared along with 3 solutions. If this is clear, try out those 3 questions. The link you'll be able to find out the link on the top right corner in a few days. Okay.